In the cage.
Wasteland.
Adjutant online. Good evening, Magistrate. I'll fill you in on what's been happening. Confederate traffic has increased substantially within the system due to the recent Protoss destruction of the Chow Sara colony. The Confederates have tightened security on all outlying systems, and it's likely that this colony will be locked down as well. An encrypted Confederate transmission came for you while you were at dinner. Replaying transmission.
Greetings, Magistrate. I'm General Edmund Duke of the Confederate Security Forces Alpha Squadron. The Confederacy has quarantined this entire planet, and will proceed with a lockdown within 48 hours. You're to relocate your core colonists to the outlying wastelands. Now, I know there won't be any problems with these new arrangements.
Nope.
Transmission ended. I have contacted the local marshal, James Rayner. Rayner has agreed to meet your personnel en route and escort them to the new Wastelands.
That's a nice fellow. Okay, our objectives are to find Rayner, build a barracks, and train 10 Marines. Also, when you get a hero unit like James Rayner, Sarah Kerrigan, you cannot let them die. Whatsoever. Yeah, you can drag select.
Commander,
So,
give me something to
let me
shoot.
go over hotkeys real quick.
I read you can't believe we're being sent to the wasteland. These Confederates think they can push anybody
Quit your
around.
bitching. Okay, select however guys you want. I wouldn't recommend doing this because then if you use the attack command, the SCVs will attack too.
Reporting for
Outstanding.
duty.
Rock and roll. Outstanding.
But point is, if you once you select a group, like I selected all these Marines by holding control, doing that, and clicking will select a unit, shift clicking will deselect a unit, so boom. And it'll also add a unit. And control click would select a type of unit. Holding control shift at the same time will add all of that kind of unit.
Rock and roll.
Quite useful.
Let's move.
And when you have a selection, hold on.
Howdy, boys. I'm Jim Rayner, marshal
Cool.
of these parts.
Cool story, bro.
Anytime you're ready.
Yep, these are Zerg.
Right on.
They don't seem too terrifying, but
This should be
trust me when I say they are.
Affirmative.
Not enough minerals.
Alright.
Anytime you're ready.
So point is, once you have these guys selected, like let's say I want to take you and you. You would press Control 1, and then when you click on this, and you go, oh, I want to get to that group right there.
Anytime
You would go and you would press 1, and you already have them there. Let me take you away from that group. I almost always put my first command center on 5, and then each subsequent command center on 6, 7, 8, and 9. Usually I don't get to 9 command centers, though, because that's quite
Reporting for
ridiculous.
duty. I can't build there.
But yeah, you get the idea. I've been over minerals, Vespine, supply, control groups. This James Rayner is in a vulture bike, which we'll get access to using vultures later on. But vultures, you have to research this ability normally, and there's actually no reason to do this right now. But each vulture will compact with, was it 3? 3? Yeah, 3 spider mines, and once they're laid down,
Job's finished. I read you.
that's gonna be enough supply. We just need 5 more Marines.
SCV good to go, sir.
But spider mines, when they sense an enemy, they will sit up and they will run after the enemy. It's amusing as hell. Because if you put a bunch of them, if you put them out, like, in a nice arc around choke points, which I'll tell you what a choke point is later on when we get to that, because none of these are really choke points. None that are defendable. Big choke points are harder to defend than smaller choke points, as kinky as that sounds.
Reporting for duty.
Okay, let's
Affirmative.
build our
I
barracks.
can't build there.
Barracks, by the way, is used. A barracks is used to train additional infantry units, meaning Marines. Which, by the way, Marines, right here. Gauss rifle does a base of 6 damage. They have no armor based on their basic
Go ahead,
stats,
Commander.
I guess. Oh, they also have 40 HP. Raynor has 300 HP, 30 damage with his frag grenade, and has a basic armor plating of 3. So he's not he's not easy to kill off. It's just still pretty easy to get him killed off. But point is, infantry units trained at the barracks, and sometimes there's like a tech tree you need to follow, which simply put, before you make fire bats, you need an academy. To make ghosts, you need a covert ops, which is attached to a science facility, which you can only construct after you have constructed a factory, and a factory can only be constructed after you make a barracks, and a barracks can only be created after, I think, you make a supply depot. Either after you make a supply depot or a command center.
Job finished.
Infantry units such as Marines can be trained at this facility.
Marine counter activated. By the way, rally points, the hotkeys are, by the way, escape can cancel the last one. So if I want to say, no, I don't want this Marine, I can either click on him here, or I can press escape, or click on this button. Rally points, either you click on this button, and then click where you want them. You can have them rally to a specific unit, or you press R, and you can rally them pretty much wherever. If you rally it onto the building itself, it will do what it usually does when it constructs something. Like, watch. This guy, I had his rally point set to Jimmy, but this rock's in the way. But when I rally it to the building, he just stands right in front of it, which has its advantages, has its disadvantages. I'm not even sure if, excuse me, if Fraps is recording. In case you can't tell, I'm getting over that cold, and just in case you're wondering, no, it's not another month and a half break. Not that my videos are really that entertaining in the first place, but still.
You want a piece of me, boy?
But yeah, tech trees can be a pain. But the thing is, it's really easy to get a hang of. And usually they provide you with most of the tech buildings when in the campaign. When you go into multiplayer, I'm going to be focusing here on... When I talk about multiplayer, I mean mostly Starcraft 2, and stuff has changed a lot from Starcraft 2 to now. Hold on, will I have enough to build another command center? Oh my god, this is great. Just build another command center because I can. Command centers cost 400 minerals, by the way. And each species has its own variations. By the way, all species do not follow the same stuff as the Terran, the same tech tree as the Terran. For example, whereas the Terran has the barracks that summons up their basic infantry units, and you need an academy and a science facility to build up additional units. For the Protoss, you need a gateway, a cyber core, Templar archives. I don't know how you make Dark Templar, but Dark Templar are in Brood Wars, which is the expansion to this game, which I've actually started playing it because I just recently beat Starcraft. Excuse me, taking a drink. And the Zerg are something completely different. They spawn all of their... Yes, spawn. There's warp in for the Protoss, spawn for the Zerg, and train and build for the Terran. For the Zerg, they spawn every unit you ever need from their base. But yeah, it's very interesting, and we'll be getting into each specific species as we go along. I'm gonna go ahead to the next mission. Why not?